Usually, Disney can do no wrong. Media outlets will go out of their way to defend the House of Mouse. Nothing they do is bad, and they will jump to defend them whenever they can. But not this time, not so much. I'm going to go over that in a second, but just wanted to give an update on the trailer, which is now sitting at 426,000 dislikes with only 62,000 likes. Pretty bad, to be honest, because, well, I mean, they haven't even hit 100,000 likes yet. I don't think this movie is going to flop that badly. I predict it'll be around the same amount of money. It'll make around the same amount of money, I think, as The Little Mermaid. It did about, I think, $500 to $600 million. I want to say $550 million worldwide is where Little Mermaid landed. Now, I don't know this movie's budget. There's rumors that it went through extensive reshoots, which I kind of believe. There's some argument over whether or not they actually were going to do the 7 creatures and then changed it to the dwarves. The CGI dwarves, let's call them that, because they didn't get real ones. They decided they were just going to CGI it to be progressive, and they're actually getting called out for that. But, of course, all the comments, they don't like this. What's the point of doing a live-action remake of an animated movie if you're going to animate half the characters anyway? 90% CGI, and I can't even compare it to the 87-year-old movies, animation, hand-drawn beauty. Yeah, the old one still looks really good, and it's 87 years old, apparently. I know it's old, but, man, isn't that crazy to think about? The original is 87 years old. So a lot of people in here are mocking the CGI dwarves, and I don't blame them. It looks bad. Why didn't you just get real? Why didn't you just get real little people to come in here and play these parts? It's stupid, and they're trying to disguise this as progressive, and it's not. It's really discriminatory, in my opinion. You're saying these people can't come on here and play these parts? Like, this is a fairy tale. This is happening a lot. They're losing work in a lot of cases. This is a prime example of that, and this is, of course, all thanks to Peter Dinklage. I want to go over some of these articles that are defending and calling this movie out. So the trailer for Disney's live-action Snow White remake has some people very grumpy. This is from NPR. Now, they actually defend the hell out of it. They try and call people istophobes for the casting of Zegler because of, well, you know, Snow White is supposed to be as white as snow, but that's not what we're going to focus on here. What I want to talk about is the dwarves. So they actually kind of take the stance that Peter Dinklage has, a backward story about 7 dwarves. So they talk about how Peter Dinklage criticized Disney over its plan to release a live-action remake, stating he was taken aback by the studio's celebration of casting Zegler as Latina and also revisiting a story with an unflattering representation of dwarves. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way and you're still making that effing backward story about 7 dwarves living in a cave together? What the F are you doing, man? Said Dinklage, who has a form of dwarfism. So he got a lot of hate for this, but this is kind of spun as some kind of progressive like win and taking his stance when that's not the case. I showed this article yesterday, which for some reason won't let me see the page, even though I've turned what they want me to turn off. But this is the message. Little People, Big World. Zach Roloff sends a bold message about live-action Snow White. He himself has dwarfism, and he called him out. Like, yo, people want to have a job, man. Like, why are you doing this? This is the wrong way to be progressive. And you have this article from Reason. Replacing the 7 dwarves in Snow White with CGI is not progressive, saying the same thing. Disney said they wanted to avoid reinforcing stereotypes The company's solution was to take away roles from a group that has almost no opportunity in Hollywood. It's true. This was a job for 7 actors who could have been discovered. This has been their way to get into a Disney movie, which a lot of these people dream about. Dreams of being in a Disney movie. And nope, can't do that. Peter Dinklage said it's bad. He's the only one allowed to work now. That community is so pissed at him. They've been mad at him for a long time for this because he set them back. But, you know, I'm actually kind of like, wow, they actually are saying this because usually, like I said, Disney can do no wrong. None of these people will criticize them. Here's another one. This is from Forbes. There's one huge problem with Disney's live-action Snow White trailer. Now, Forbes is usually on the front lines of defending Hollywood. And here's a whole article saying, yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Here's another one from Cinema Blend. Rachel Zegler's Snow White trailer has everyone talking about the CGI dwarves, but one thing about the iconic princess has me more concerned. I'm not feeling this at all. Now, what the writer isn't into is the awful costumes for the movie. Specifically, this garbage wig that Zegler is wearing. This movie is a massive, massive F-up for Disney. Everything about this movie is a mess. It's got controversy overshadowing the movie itself. But there's still enough people that will go see it. I'm not going to say it'll bomb, because it probably won't. It'll probably make its money back. But it is fun to see them actually get called out. Because like I said, usually people are very afraid to criticize Disney. And it's part of the problem. It's part of why they keep pumping out a lot of the garbage that they put out. Specifically, I'd like to use Marvel as an example. Because phases 4 and 5, if you go and read the coverage on that from a lot of these websites, you would have thought that we were in some kind of golden age of comic book movies. Praising that slop. Just go look at reviews for the Marvels. That movie is dog shit. And they were defending that movie, that you got to see it just because it's diverse. The movie sucks. It's an awful movie. And they're acting like Deadpool and Wolverine is the worst thing to ever happen to the MCU. And they defended the hell out of that. Deadpool and Wolverine's got problems, but it's still a better movie than the Marvels. That's for damn sure. So, it's fun to see this. Will it last? I don't know. But it's happening right now, today, and it's fun to talk about. So, I wonder how high those dislikes can go. It'll probably die down because it's still trending right now. So, I'd say it'll probably hit around 600,000, and there it will rest. And then what Disney will do very quickly to get away from this is release another teaser. That's what they'll do. Probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think you see another Snow White teaser pop up, and they'll pray to God that that one doesn't get as much attention as this one, and they can avoid this ratio. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.